Another thing with dynamic communications is our attitude. Attitude is everything. We can communicate greatly with people, have fun with them, or we can cause a lot of dissension within the group. We decide whether we're going to be angry or not. And I heard a lady once say, you know, I was wondering if we decided whether we'd be angry or not. And she said, one day this lady came up to me, and it was one of those bad hair days when she knew she didn't look very well, and the lady said, Marilyn, you look terrible. I thought, well, what an awful thing to say. And yet she knew that she didn't look so hot that day, and this was a friend of hers, so she just faced it off. Well, a few minutes later, a lady, you know, we all have those burrs under our saddle, people came up to her, and she said the exact same words. And this lady got very offended and thought, well, you have some nerve. And all of a sudden, it hit her. She determined to be angry at the one, not at the other. And when we do that, and we let every little irritant get us down, we become crabby, we become hard to get along with, and people don't like to be around us. And in the workforce, that can happen a lot because we're all so stressed, and usually most people are working two people's jobs anyway. So just think of that. You have a choice whether you want to let irritants get you down or you want to get on with your day. Stop. And you know, I've tried that a few times and thought, okay, no, I can let this ruin my day, or I can try to get a positive attitude and be pleasant with everybody else I'm working with all day long, and your day goes great, rather than being in that mode all day long. So actually, we can talk ourselves out of a promotion, a good relationship, good relationships with the working people, all of that. A lot of it's just in our attitude. And then some of the communications that we have as well. One is using only one medium. Are most people pretty well stuck now in email and faxes because it's so convenient? Okay, what about those people who are oral, A-U-R-A-L, where they have to hear a person's tone of voice to really know what they're saying? What about the people who are visual? They want to see the body signals. They want to be able to see what this person has in their eyes and how their body is. They're going to miss some of your communications. And so we can't get into a rut where we always think we can just flip somebody an email. You know, think about when you stop and get directions. And I guess I'll say, ladies, when you stop and get directions, are there any men in here who ever stop and get directions? One. All right. Two. Three. Great. There are a few guys in there who actually stop and ask someone for directions. It seems funny. I've talked to men and no, I won't do that. But anyway, Moses wouldn't do it, so why should you? That's right. But just think, when you do stop and get directions, how many of you have to write them down? How many of you can just remember in your head, okay, go a mile, take a left, go 2 miles? I can't. Or how many of you have to actually have a map where you can see what they're talking about as they go along? Well, people are the same way with communications. A lot of times they misunderstand us, really don't realize the impact of what we're saying, because they can't connect. They have to see, they have to hear. And so if you're having trouble communicating with a person or certain people, try some various ways of communicating, because you probably reached them in one of these other areas.